Well, hello again there, boys and girls. Let's go ahead and hop on in. Now, this is going to be a different kind of stream than what we normally do, but we'll talk about that in a second. Before we do that, again, just highlighting this so you guys don't miss it. But we've got the charity race that's going to be coming up for Lou. That's going to be in June, and that's going to be just a charity race to try and help him out since the house fire and everything. There's details with that in the description of the video and all that. So please feel free to take a look at that. It's going to be an A-fixed heat race at Talladega. It's going to be a lot of fun. We want to try and max out the entries there, and if we need to, we'll run multiple servers to try and get that done. But anyway, details about that are there, and they're in the Discord as well. There's another link for that in the description. But anyway, let's hop in. So as far as what we got, and I don't know why all of a sudden iRacing is just kind of like off to the right here. We'll see if we can figure that out. I don't know why that is. Let's see. Really weird. Let's try and just relaunch Mirror and see if that fixes it. Nope, it doesn't. Funky. That's the first time I've ever had that happen. All right, well let's try this. You guys can watch me troubleshoot. And it's funny that we're talking about troubleshooting this because um, Yost was trying to get his stream fixed up and get all that done, and now we try to do ours, and ours is broken. And now ours is broken. So let's see here, because it's showing that we're chopped off in the mirror, and I don't know why that is. It shouldn't be that way. So what we'll do, because the Oculus mirror, basically you can run an extension on it to try and have it do a couple different things to try and mess with the resolution and the POV, and yeah, turn the light on to my dark feet. Yeah, we can do that too. There's no feet there right now, but we'll do that. So anyway, let's close the mirror for right now. And what I want to do is we'll try and load the old mirror. Let's see, now that's working. It's just off to the right. And that one's just off to the weird. Okay, all right. Well, we'll roll with this mirror then. We'll roll with this mirror. So, anyways, one thing I got to do is I got to get a screenshot of this for yeah, right. First. So, Yost, in terms of what you're curious about here, I'll show you. So when we're looking at this and everything, because Yost was talking about what are your streaming settings, what are your streaming settings. So we're looking at this right here, and we're looking at how much memory is being used, and the CPU itself, and then the GPU. Those are going to be the three things, because Yost is having a problem where his is really getting choppy, and he thinks it's internet related, and it may be, but LeMans is a huge track, and there's a lot of data that that iRacing's got to try and render and stuff. So yeah, so that's why it's over 5 gig right there. So normally on a oval track that we do like short tracks and stuff, that's more around like 2 gigs. But that's the thing. Yeah, no problems, huh? Yeah, it might be an internet thing. It really is. So, but hey to Taylor, hey to Beer Chaser and Rylan and Taylor and Taylor and Taylor and Yost. But anyway, so let's go back over to the mirror here. And what we're going to do is basically just run some practice laps and really just try to get used to the M8 a little bit. It'll be relatively low impact stuff. We'll unmute everybody here. And yeah, right now we've got this one in here, so we'll see. Hey, Hemi, are you in?
Yeah, mate.
What is the set that we're working on? Are we working with Tristan's, or are we doing V10?
We've started another one because they added 5 kgs to the car, and we can't figure out where on the car to put it, but it's upset the setup. So I'm in a Discord channel. If you want to jump in there, and I'll get you up to speed.
Okay, I gotcha. We're streaming, so I mean, just as a heads up, but it's a low impact kind of stream. We're just kind of doing Q&A and whatevers.
Yeah, sure. I'll share what I've got now in the garage cat.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll hide screen and everything. We'll be good. Oh man. All right. So we can hop over into the Discord here. The problem is we don't have. We just have an open mic. That's the problem. What's up, fellas?
Hey, man.
Hey.
Figured I'd drop in.
Yeah. What's up, Joe?
Of course.
So we're
How's it
making
going?
we're making you famous. So we are streaming. So do you guys want me to turn on like push to talk, or that way I'm not yelling in everybody's ear?
No, it's cool. Oh, cool. I've got my iRacing turned down, so I kind of have to when I use Discord. So it's fine.
All right.
So where are you up to with how much track time have you had at LeMans so far?
I think in total, I think I've probably got about 10 hours in. I think that's roughly where I'm at, something like that. It's just not been
Okay.
long stints. It's a lot of short deals where it's just like, all right, hop on the track, just do a test, and just try to get familiar with the track more than anything. But the other part is I don't know what set we're working with, so I don't want to like put in too much time because I know we had all those versions that we did that were baseline mods, and then Tristan posted one, so I've been kind of unsure about which set we're using.
Yeah, for sure. So the basic thing with this track is that 95% of it is the track.
Yeah.
Like setups do make a difference, but unless you've really mastered the track, you're not really going to have any kind of silver bullet put your way. Tristan's set is very much a Daytona safe set for Le Mans. If you remember how good that set was, it had a lot of downforce and it was very safe, and we could push it quite hard to get some really good times out of it, but it sort of did hit a wall, but perfect for an enduro.
Yeah.
And we have been running that, and it's been really nice, but 2 days ago they announced that the BOPs, that they're adding 5 kg to the car, and I haven't tried it.
I had to look up what BOP is, by the way.
Yeah, what? Oh, did you? Yeah, I didn't know until a few months ago when everyone was talking about it.
Yeah, I remember back in the 90s, like with NASCAR, where they just randomly would add like half an inch of spoiler to the Pontiacs, stuff like that. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, I remember when they kicked out the nose on them.
Yeah. Well, iRacing loved doing that to us, like a week out. And I was just going to find it. I haven't got it. Have you got the Tristan's V7?
I do.
Can you share that with me? And we'll start with that, and then we can determine whether or not it is a big problem. I ran 3 laps in it after they did the BOP, and to me it just felt terrible, but every time you come onto this track, it takes 3 or 4 laps to adjust, so...
Okay. Here, let me...
Better be scientific.
Let me do that. I gotta hide screen, because this is top secret stuff.
No, it's public. So it's all good. Tristan's totally happy, so am I. I mean, if we're not going to come up with anything this year that is spectacular, even the private set that we've got at the moment, it's just purely because it's nothing special, but we hope to make it that way. But you can share anything that we've got at this point in time.
Okay. Well, I shared that with you and Joe, so in case Joe didn't have it.
Right. Let's load that up.
But I've got the one that you gave me, Hemi. I've got that in the car right now, unless you want me to run the V7.
Yeah, let's switch back to the V7.
Okay.
We'll do this systematically. We'll determine. I mean, if you can get into the V7 and kill it, then there's no problem with the V7. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. What's up, Brad?
I kind of wish they would actually tell you where they put the 5 kilos on the car rather than just saying, well,
absolutely. Yeah. If they put it right at the tail, at the back, it's going to make a hell of a difference. All those forces are magnified hugely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got the same adjustment in the late model,
Just let me know if any of my heavy breathing or clicks or
Oh no,
Burps or farts are coming through on your stream, and I'll
oh,
mute my mic.
no,
I want
you're
to
good.
make Brad have to put up with this.
I know, right? What's up, Bill? Yeah, we're just hanging out. Gonna put some laps in here.
So if you remember with the Daytona safe set, it had potential for a lot of speed if you really worked it. You know, if you did a bit of a Scandinavian flick into a corner and you really worked the rears, and you kind of have to break the rear loose a bit through the Porsches with a lot of aggression. Once they start getting the slide going, then you're in business and you can steer it with the throttle.
Yeah, but I mean the outlap is pretty mushy. I mean, are we kind of?
Yeah,
Is that what it's supposed to feel like?
Yeah, that's kind of something we're trying to figure out. This other set, we've boosted up the PSI. These cars, the tugboats, man, they always kind of feel mushy. But we have alternatives if we do determine that having a higher PSI is not detrimental to tyre wear and that sort of thing. It's been a real tricky road to put the set together for this thing, man, because we've all had to learn the car, no ABS. It is front-mounted rear-wheel drive, but it just does not behave like the AMG.
No, it does not.
And the fundamentals of the setup are the opposite. So we've got softer front springs that will do rear. Pretty much everything is the opposite to the AMG, and that's what seems to work. So it sucks when you do something that works and you don't know why. But we're just going to have to persevere.
Sure, Brandon, Q&A. Ask me a question. Ketchup. Mustard or ketchup? Ketchup. All day. I do like me some mustard, though. Oh, yeah. I do like me some mustard, though. Like the brown mustard. You guys have spicy mustard down there, Hemi? They call it spicy mustard here.
Oh yeah, we've got a ton of different mustards. We've got American-style mustard, which is a thing on its own.
Is that like bright?
That's just mustard.
Is it like bright yellow?
That's just mustard to you guys. Yeah, it's bright yellow. It's a hot dog sort of stuff, you know, the generic
Yeah,
kind
that
of
would
stuff.
be yellow mustard.
Yeah, they call it yellow mustard here. Like if you're getting technical, it's just like French's, you know, yellow mustard.
I was always big on the stone ground mustard.
Oh yeah. See, but the Germans got that stuff knocked down, man. They have that stuff knocked out.
Have you got your Delta going? Or both of you, have you guys got your Deltas going?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there are places on this track where you can't feel the speed that you're getting. You can only see it in your Delta. So it's pretty important as you're learning the track, or learning to get the speed out of the GTE anyway. It's important. Those Porsches, you can go through there. You can go through there feeling identical in 2 laps. It could be 2-second difference. So.
Yeah, I was kind of watching that with Tristan's, where you could see him like, you know, gain a bunch and then just lose a bunch. Not that he had the Delta up on the stream, but you could just see it in his lap time where he'd run like a 56 and then he'd run a 57, and laps really from the driver's seat looked relatively identical. You know, it wasn't like, oh man, he gave a bunch of time there or he gave up a bunch of time there.
You know, for an outlap, that actually felt pretty good.
So I haven't actually sat in this car in a number of days, so get used to it again. But it feels heavier than the other set, because I wasn't using this one, I was using just the V10. So I'm just kind of feeling it out right now.
Yeah, we're kind of going for more of the Lewis and I have gone for more of a looser sort of setup, zero downforce.
Okay.
There's the two opposing kind of facets. Higher downforce gets you through the Porsches really quick, and lower downforce gets you up the straights really quick. And so we just kind of thought we'd ditch the wing and work on mech grip through the Porsches, and we've had a lot of success for it. The difference in feeling in the car is pretty massive.
Yeah.
So what you're used to is probably, if it was a V10, it would have been probably zero wing and made more around that concept of high top end speed and good mechanical grip.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels tighter, you know. Hard to put words on.
Yeah, I know what you're saying though. I mean, I've already got 2 slowdowns from being too tight through places. It's very commitment turn in places, if you know what I mean. You've really got to jam the throttle for rotation.
Yeah. So Scott likes horseradish. I'm not huge on horseradish. I mean, I'll take it in some places, but I'm not huge on it. I wouldn't be like, extra horseradish, please. But one thing that I'm not crazy about is sauerkraut. Do you guys like sauerkraut?
I know I'm from Wisconsin, but even I don't like sauerkraut.
That's right. Do they have that down there, Hemi, or no?
I know what it is. I don't know what horseradish is, and I've never had it.
So horseradish is like an actual plant. You know, it's a horseradish plant, but basically it's almost like spicy.
Yeah.
Like here, do you have like cocktail sauce for like shrimp?
Yeah.
Okay, so that kick that's in like cocktail sauce, that's horseradish.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's kind of spicy.
Radish. Is it kind of like a chutney? Like, is it like a chunky sauce?
Yeah, so horseradish itself, it's kind of like sauerkraut, but like much finer.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever had wasabi, but it's kind of in the same family.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Wow.
That kind of
serious.
spice. It's not as hot as that to me, but
Yeah. I do the sushi and the. I'm a big fly fisherman, and the trout that we get from our local stream here, which is really pure clear water, they come out like salmon. So I sashimi that shit and nail it with the soy sauce and wasabi and eat it raw.
yeah, like to me, like a really good like cocktail sauce, it almost makes your nose run. Like I like it spicy.
Did either of you guys get a look at the temperature?
No, I did not.
Feels pretty hot to me. So we've got this strange temperature thing going on where if you set it to the right date, time and all that, and the weather settings that they've given us, the session starts out really hot, like 120, 125, and then just dives really quickly to maybe 75. Massive drop. And then goes back up and then stabilizes. As if it kind of has to calibrate itself in a sense over the first half an hour and then stabilize. So on race day we could be looking at the start of the race being really cold, as in 70, 75 degrees, and then jumping back up to sort of 100 and stabilizing at around 100 to 105.
Yeah, in the 6 hour that they were running earlier, that's exactly what Brian said, is that it was up to 125 when they jumped in. And it got down to, I think it was, can't remember what he said exactly. But it was somewhere in the 90s, like 100.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird one.
So
Why
the
they've
other
done
thing I
that
really
is
like about
beyond.
this setup is you can bleed the brakes into those
I know, right?
chicanes.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Hemi's voice. It's awesome. Yeah,
What?
Chris is in the chat here. He's like, "Is that the beautiful sounds of a Hemi?"
I hate my voice. I'm terrible at talking on mics. It's just weird because I can't hear myself. But I do it
That's what I
because I
love
care.
about
I do it
my
for
headsets.
everyone.
Yeah. Well, my headset has like a feedback option, so you can hear yourself in the
Yeah.
headset, which is helpful. Really,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's my favorite feature about it. Like the
It
mic's
took me
okay, but
for the first month that I was using my microphone, I heard myself on your stream and I was really high pitched because I was talking like shouting into my microphone because I was trying to compensate for having absolutely no idea, of what my levels were.
yeah.
It was awkward watching your streams and hearing my voice and going, oh my god, that's not me.
Who's that guy? Get him out of here. Yeah.
Who's that high pitched little girl on the mic?
Yeah. Beer Chaser says you sound normal to him. Granted, he's from down where you are, just not too far from there.
But near enough.
Near enough.
He's more fish and chips than wash and chops. He's more sex than six. That's the fundamental difference between us.
Sex and six.
Yep. How they get the numbers and their after hours activities separated is beyond me.
So Anna was saying that horseradish is a big ingredient in haroset, which I'd forgotten about that. Which haroset, I don't know if you guys know, but it's like a Jewish thing for like Passover. It's like apples and stuff, and I can't remember what all's in it. But it's like apples, and I don't know what else is in it. Anna's gonna have to get in chat and tell me what all's in it, because I know horseradish is in it, but that's like that sweet apple and like the spicy horseradish is a really good combo. All right, so now
you guys feeling comfortable?
Yeah, now that this has got a couple laps on it, it's getting better and better to me anyway.
I actually think the tire pressures are a little low.
I could see that.
Yeah, everyone says that. I mean, you do have to take into account, if you look on your dash, they are up at 19 and a half.
Beer Chasers want to know, Pink Lady or the Blue Oyster Bar? Hemi, have you caught on to that whole Pink Lady noise?
I have no idea. I've seen a lot of talk about it. I've seen people turn up and say, hey, I've been at the Pink Lady.
So, Yost, he was spotting for Davis. And he was like, man, this is 200 laps. He's like, Pink Lady's going to be closed by the time this is over. The Pink Lady is a strip club.
Yeah, I can imagine. But is it just the one, or is it a franchise?
There is no such thing as like a stripper franchise in the States. Not that I know of.
What? That's so un-American. How can you not have a chain of strip joints?
I think because state regulations vary.
All right.
So like
Yeah,
you'll
fair
have here's a good example. So in New York, really cut the course. So in New York they
You
have.
can pay your own penalty, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I gotta
kidding.
have. Well, no, I gotta have practice. You cleared your own black flags. Well, I
Yeah.
gotta have practice at yielding the slowdown. So, and like where I
Yeah.
can give it up,
Yeah, I've had enough practice on that.
Yeah. So basically in New York, you can go to a strip club that will serve alcohol, but it will not be a full nude bar. That's illegal. It's just a topless bar. However, in the same state, in New York, if they don't serve alcohol, it is a full nude bar, and they call that a juice bar. It's, again, that's probably why. Okay, so Yo says they're in Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Florida, and Tennessee, so maybe that is a franchise.
So what about Hooters? Is that nationwide?
Yeah, Hooters is nationwide. However, that's not a strip
That's
club.
just tight. What are they called?
They're just shorts.
Daisy Dukes.
Yeah, Daisy Dukes, yeah.
Yeah, my tops and chicks with big boobs.
Yeah. Although it's no different than any other place to go there, and it's a girl who's like, hi, how can I help you? Thank you for coming to Hooters.
Yeah.
This is a job.
Yeah, we've got that.
What do they call it there? What is your version?
They call it every nightclub in New Zealand.
Every nightclub.
It's taken like hundreds and hundreds of laps, but I'm kind of starting to figure this place out.
Yeah, exactly. Good thing you're not paying for it.
It feels great when you do. I've really grown to like this track. It's up there with Daytona. And the cool thing is that with it being sort of 95% about the track, you can now jump into an LMP1 and post a 320 with your eyes closed. Or any car, really. Any of the other cars you can jump in and post competitive times because it's just all about the track.
Seems like it. So the question is, Yost, of all the pink ladies, how many pink ladies have you been to? Like, do they have like a punch card? Like, you cross them all off your list?
I would think they would have like a membership card where you can get like a discount on drinks.
Right. Nothing else, though. Spearmint Rhino is everywhere, too. Okay, I've never heard of that one. Send it. Yeah, we're getting practice. They do not get naked at the pink lady. Yeah. So, the pink lady and again, it just depends on the state. Say, alcohol is kind of the same way. So, like, in Pennsylvania, you can't go to the grocery store and buy beer.
Oh, wait, you can, but they have specialized beer gardens.
Okay, yeah. Alright, so it's a store just dedicated to beer, right?
Well, you can buy beer at a dedicated store, but you can only buy it like from a distributor.
Yeah.
So you're talking packs of 24 cans or more. Otherwise, you have to go to a grocery store that has a restaurant area and buy beer in a 6-pack.
Yeah, because when I was in school in Pennsylvania, Booby Trap, that's a good one. One named the Booby Trap. That's a good strip joint name. So, when I was in Pennsylvania, when I was in school, like, you could not just go to the grocery store and buy beer. You could go to a bar and they had like a refrigerator section in the front of the bar, and you could buy beer there, like at a register. And then in the back of the place would be the actual bar where you like sat and drank. That's what I was familiar with, and that was in like upstate PA. That was in Williamsport. But Commonwealth states are weird.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't one of my better laps.
Did you see that LMP1 there? He just went, screw it, I'm not getting into that.
He keeps bringing these off subject. He races at Slinger. Awesome. The guy who owns the strip joint there, he said he races at Slinger, which is a short track up. I think it's up in Wisconsin, I think.
Yeah, that's in Wisconsin.
Is it? I know that everybody says that, like, that's a track that iRacing needs to get.
Does anyone want to do a pit party?
No.
So Slinger was Dick Trickle's home track.
That's awesome. I love me some Dick Trickle, man. There was a Dick Trickle shirt on eBay that I wanted so bad. It was $100. I think Anna would have killed me if I pulled the trigger on that thing, but it was a Dick Trickle Coors 99 ASA car. It was badass. Yeah, $100. Like, I'll collect me some certain shirts and everything, but $100 is pricing me out of the market.
How many laps can you guys get on a full fuel run?
So speaking of which, I friggin' spent a whole bunch of time putting stuff in boxes today to get mailed out. Poor schmucks like Joe, I was like, what's your address? And I've sent them nothing.
Alright, so 15. Cool. Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah, I figured you would just take your time sending it.
Did I tell you what I got you?
Yeah, you got me a John Andretti t-shirt.
I did.
With the purple Kmart.
Yeah, it's a great paint scheme, and honestly, that shirt, I don't even have one. It's the only one I saw, but it's a little bit too big for me. I mean, it's one of those 90s larges where it's like, okay, that's a large.
It's for a large boy.
Oh yeah, no, it's for a large man. Like those 90s shirts, they are long. That's the big thing. So the long shirt, they're just so long, and the sleeves are not short. The sleeves are like long for a short sleeve shirt. So the proportions are just way different. They're very boxy, which is why like a medium is like the lowest I can go, because that fits almost like a large to me. Yeah, Dick Trickle did commit suicide, yeah, unfortunately. But I mean, he had a lot of mental capacity problems. I mean, the guy had God knows how many concussions over the years.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he killed
Do you
himself.
think, damn. You know
His
how...
concussions and running basically he ran his own team in the Cup Series for all those years, and he wasn't making a lot of money.
No, I mean, it's that, and also, just listen to any interview with him. I mean, he's obviously just deteriorated, you know? I mean, just the interviews you get with him.
There's a lot of research going on at the moment in regard to concussions and not necessarily concussions, but concussing type scenarios like...
I can't remember what the terminology is for it.
From football and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Will Smith did the movie about it, but also PTSD.
Yeah.
Troops coming back, they're finding that there's a biological connection to depression, that it's not necessarily just the environment that they're in, but all those, concussing sounds, that explosions and that sort of stuff, it affects part of your brain that, causes your chemical balances, essentially. It's interesting, the kind of stuff that makes that causes people depression can be far more than what conventional understanding is.
Oh yeah.
That sucks, man, because Dick Trickle, what an awesome name. I really would have liked for him to grow old and have more grandkids. Like,
well, I think he was 68 or whenever when he ended his life.
Yeah, he wasn't young. I mean, he was definitely older.
Yeah.
There we go. We finally got through that last chicane good.
How are you guys feeling? Feeling comfortable?
Yeah, I'm running pretty relaxed, like 359 right now. I know you guys are running way faster than that, but...
Not really. We're going pretty slow too. I mean, I wanted to find out if there is a big difference with this set, and to be honest, I'm not really feeling it. It's not quite as easy to sort of pump out 52s and 3s as it was before, but probably a lot of that is launch speed, so I suspect the weight might just be an overall thing. Kind of like what the fuel does, just slows you down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going about 90% through some of these corners, and I mean, I had that one 357, 355, but I'm normally around 357.
Austin Dillon suffered burns in the race today. How did that happen?
Showing up the black flag. They say you cut the course back there. You need to make a stop and go.
Oh man, I didn't miss another cup race, did I?
There's just the Xfinity race today.
Oh, okay.
Cup race is tomorrow. 600
Cool.
miler.
I'm down for that. I basically booked my Monday morning, which is your Sunday afternoon,
Yeah.
off work and off anything. I've told people not to text me, not to message me or anything like that.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, until Christmas.
Yeah.
That's my NASCAR time.
Yeah, I remember in the race car that we had, man, that floorboard got ridiculously hot. Like, it's hard to put words on like how hot that floorboard can get.
The floorboard? The firewall. Oh, from the exhaust running.
Yeah, the
Running
actual
the length of the car. Yeah, yeah.
floorboard.
of course.
Yeah, the floorboard itself. Yeah, it's really hot. Yeah, first Denny, then Dylan. Yeah, Denny. I mean, maybe don't wreck, and you won't get carbon monoxide poisoning.
I think this Garrett Thompson has a really good setup.
Yeah, and he's in the 488, which does have higher end speed. We're on 3 wings, so we're taking a car that's probably more or less on par, but we've also added a bit more wing. Typically the 488 was faster. It was down 182 on Mulsanne, but looks like they definitely fixed that because the M8, I've found it to be the fastest in every session I've been in. And now they have 2 kgs more than we do to boot.
What's up?
Hello.
How are you guys?
Oh, good.
Good. That's Brian?
Yep, it's me.
Alright. I'm getting pretty good at telling all you guys apart. So you know, for me, you all sound the same.
Yeah, right.
How'd you guys go?
We ended up P20 in GTE class. We picked off 20th place in the last lap. Tristan reeled the guy in with 2 laps to go. We were 8 seconds back, and he pulled him in and passed him on the last.
Nice.
Nice.
We could have sat there. The leader was the overall leader was like 15 seconds behind us. We could have lifted and let him by and not done one more lap. But Tristan's like, "Nah, I want to get this guy," and we had the fuel to do it.
Yeah, I mean.
Yes, finally I get past a Ferrari on pure pace.
Jesus. Oh, they ended up parking the car, I guess. Okay. Dang.
It would have been
Not really, Brandon.
top 5 car for sure if I wouldn't have been.
Sorry. Why?
But we really learned a lot from running that session
Sorry, man, I was
race
just gonna try and
trim.
get with you.
Like the times we were thinking we were going to try to run for like just to pace ourselves, we gotta really
Rethink that. It seemed that way. I mean,
Yeah.
Tristan, I mean,
Yeah.
who's been plenty quick. I mean, from all that I've been reading and everything, I haven't spent too much time on track with him, but I mean, he was clicking off in race pace there. It looked like mainly like 357s.
Yeah, 57s, 56s if you're pushing.
I can't wait to bring this setup out for the 1 hour races this coming week.
Oh, it's going to be amazing for the 1 hour races, man. We're going to dominate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Brandon. I mean, everybody's in the chat here is like racing, and they're
That's all good.
they're contributing to race chat.
The LMP
All good. I was
team,
just hoping
they
to
took
pace with you
themselves
guys,
out this
but,
race, man.
Tried to give you enough room down the center because I thought you had to run on the other car in front of you, but you didn't move over. Wasn't expecting you to be right behind me.
Is anybody in here running the LMP1 today?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Yeah, they made a pass around a GTE car on the wrong side and then touched the grass and spun it into the wall and then blamed the GTE car.
Of course. I saw that thing that happened with you, man. That was like ridiculous.
The smallest little stuff, man. The last hour of the race, man, those prototypes were just all over everywhere. They don't give anybody any room for the last hour. Tristan got hit twice.
Oh, really? Just in the last hour?
In the last hour, yeah. Just by them making a pass and not giving them room and just moving over to it. Like, they were like a 2X and a 0X, but still, like, there was plenty of room. They didn't need to make it that close.
What kind of lap time you got there, Aaron?
358 right now. Just kind of lollygagging and just trying to pick up spots here and there.
Right. I'll give you a few pointers and you might find that there's a few things that you can do a little bit differently.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Lay them on.
So I might actually slow you down a little bit while I'm explaining it too, but
That's okay.
hopefully it'll add up for you later. So these chicanes are essentially identical but mirror image. And the trick to doing them is two-stage braking and a delay between your third and second downshift. So you're kind of creating a little straight spot between your left and your right turn up here. So you're going to come in at, initially your brake marker, just use back from this 100 here. Fifth, fourth, third, turn and off brake and roll it. Back on brake second, jam it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of getting that, and I think that we talked about that last time, because that's what I was trying to figure out, if we were taking that just in third or getting all the way down to second and rolling through it. But I think that second downshift, like where you grab second, helps the car kind of pivot that last turn there.
absolutely, yeah, and it's massive engine braking too. So, you know, you have to time your downshifts. You have to work your downshifts in with your braking to really utilize the engine braking, and it's all about setting yourself up for the launch. If you don't get a good launch on these straights, you're just watching all your time just disappear, you know. You're far better off going slower and fast out. You can build on that. When you get used to the ABS, you'll get to a point where you can really drag the brake all the way in, and you're trail braking in. In fact, on this setup in cold temperatures, you can hold some throttle on the whole way through the corner. So you're doing the crossover with your brake and your
Are you taking
NASCAR
that?
thing, you know?
Yeah. Are you taking that in second or third?
Second.
Second. Okay.
And this in second also. This is one that you get on the gas early. They're generally all on the gas much earlier than you'd think type corners, especially in this setup. The setup is really hard to break loose on throttle, on exit.
Yeah,
And that's
in
where it's
Indianapolis, you can basically start hitting the throttle as soon as you turn in.
Almost, yeah. Like pre-apex kind of hitting the throttle.
So are you hanging in fourth or fifth through there?
Yeah, fourth, stick the fourth for now.
Okay.
Once you really get some pace up, you can get through it in fifth. You got to go into fourth for the one we just went through, but that initial corner, you can run that in fifth. There's some fuel savings to be had in that. But for car control, fourth gives you much better throttle steering. Third through here.
Yep.
And down to second. You want to clip the one on the left here and avoid the one on the right. Jam it and run it right out the edge of that green.
Okay.
Get a really good run. So you can hit that one on the left, that hump on the left quite hard. The ultimate line is not hidden either. But avoid hitting the one on the right. So I won't load you up with too much more shit in one lap. Just
No, you're right. So second through there?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll just revise. I don't know what you like at taking on all this information in one hit, but we'll just revise what we've done and we'll come back around and we'll throw some more stuff in it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, we're just trying to put pieces together here.
Yeah.
But yeah, T-Ball, I mean, we're talking about if you're in lower gear, the car's going to turn better. So, I mean, if we can get there, that's what we want to do. But at the same time, we don't want to lose so much momentum by downshifting. But, I mean, the corner's sharp enough that, you know, that we can use it.
So this is a mirror image of the other one, and it's just, you know, down to third, straight in second, and then easing on.
Yep.
You can't exactly, at this temperature, you can't exactly jam it on the throttle in second, but you can ease it and then jam it. You can ease to 50 kind of thing, and then hammer it.
Yeah. And Yoast, I'm about, I think, 3 hours from Hickory, maybe 4. That's on the other side of the state, really.
I got a ton of friends in Hickory. I'm coming over to stay in Hickory, and that whole area all the way up to. Yeah, eventually.
If you do, man, make the trip out here to the beach. I'll show you a good time.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, you can go from Tristan's, you can meet me in Raleigh, and then you go to Hickory. Hell, you can meet Mark in Greensboro. There's A51 guys all over North Carolina.
Yeah. Must be something about North Carolinians that appeal to me, because all of my other friends, online friends and associates, are all from the same area.
Yeah, well, you've got RTP, Research Triangle Park, so like a lot of like technical like companies and the company who made Fortnite, they're in Raleigh.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Hey, dude.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Epic Games.
Google's got a massive server farm, at least one of them that I know of, and it'll be north of Hickory, near a place called Limba, I think. So, and there must be something about the area that's like really, what do you call it, geographic?
On the East Coast.
Yeah, it's you've got
right.
you've got these also elite universities like Duke University, UNC Chapel Hill.
Yep.
The third one, I think, like I don't know if UNC
Greensboro.
Greensboro. Yeah, those are pretty much. Yeah, those are pretty much pumping out tech talent on the East Coast.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool. It's good to see some of it being spread, so it's not all just sort of West Coast. No offense to any of your viewers or anything, but it's not completely dominated by West Coast liberals, you know. Okay. So this next, whatever it's called, Dunlop, I think. You're up into 5th.
Yep.
And the white line that crosses the road, you can use that as a turn-in marker if you like, and you can clip quite a lot of this ripple strip. And you want to hit the brakes as soon as you pass the end of the ripple strip and turn in early.
Okay.
And then just ease back on. So that's the big thing that will pick you up a lot of speed through there. I'll take you through it again next time around. But it's the most slow in, fast out corner on the track. I watch so many people go in there far too hot and try to wide apex. It's a what do you call it? A shallow apex. You know when you kind of
sacrifice the speed into the first one to maximize speed out of the second one.
Yeah, and you want to start turning in a kind of a parabola toward the apex, because with this car you have to load up the steering a lot, and so you're not getting a 1-to-1 ratio of sort of steering input out of the tires, because it's big fat tires on it and it's a big freaking tugboat. So loading the car is really important, which means a lot of steering into a corner before anything really happens. That's probably one of the biggest things of getting used to it. While we're going along the straight here, you feel how much wheel you can put into it, and it just doesn't have that AMG feel or that Audi feel, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of wheel input anticipation, and it is loading the car up. So if you look at the telemetry, you're loading up the balance of the car with a slow turn toward the apex, and then the real work happens once you're kind of there.
So I'm kind of watching on Aaron's stream, but
Yeah.
yeah, you kind of want to get that second chicane. You want to get it
Oh
down
yeah,
to
we
third
were in there
before you,
way
when you
hot.
turn in, and then on the right-hander, you want to downshift the second before you turn in left and right.
Okay, are those race car socks?
They are.
This one's down a second off. There's a lot of off-throttle turn-in. You jam it at the apex and run over this crap here. Not all the way out the grass like I'm doing. It's just a disclaimer here. Do as I say, not as I do.
You're taking that in second. I was taking that in first.
Yeah, I was watching Tristan on the stream and he was taking it first.
That'll kill you. Yeah, now you want to go second because it's a momentum corner. You just need to practice your entry. You can get through there real well in second if you're doing it right. If your entry's right, you'll get through it, no worries.
Now on that approach to
Same thing with this one. Hit the limiter in third and take this in second, and you want to ride it right out to that yellow.
Hit the limiter in third. Oh, okay, because you're getting into
Just as you
okay.
come out of the previous corner, that's I don't use a brake marker, I use a limiter, because it's so consistent coming out of Indianapolis there that, unless you stuff up. But even then, generally hitting the roof limiter, which is all 8, 9 lights, whatever it is there, is my trigger to start braking.
Yeah, you're not gonna, for the half a second you would be in fourth gear, you're not gonna get it out of that.
And you'll notice that the ripple strip becomes this kind of, it turns into this pink part of the track, this pink line, and I find that it's a really good visual indicator to trace out your corner. And it kind of gives you a lot of confidence. The corner there is a real tricky one. It's kind of like you have to drive it right out the wall. And there's so much grip there, but you won't know unless you actually tried. You'd think that you hit the wall until you do it. Once you start doing it, you realize what's available. That pink line kind of helps you align your car to know that you've got the right exit line out of that corner for the big run onto the straight.
Okay.
This one's a real prick of a corner. You probably discovered this already. But this again is sort of slow. You got to get your car in balance before you turn. Once you do, you can really hammer the throttle. It's all about getting slow enough to make the corner first before you start getting carried away.
Clear my back leg, please.
Jesus. Clear my black flag.
How about he just decides to reset?
This is the same guy I took out before. He ran on the inside of
I don't think he's here right now.
He ran it on the inside of Joe and I thought I could go with him, so I dived in behind him, but he braked way earlier than I thought, and I just completely took him out of the blood car.
Destroyed him.
Don't mess with A51, motherfucker. Yeah, I can't swim.
Give him enough space on the inside if he was going to try to make a move, but he broke way too early.
Yeah. I was trying to bump draft you, man. Didn't really seem to
that.
work, man. He just came. Look at him go.
Those Ferraris are OP on the straights, but in the turns they're like, it's like driving a boat even more than any other car.
And the next one, it's very similar to the one after it that we were talking about before. There's kind of two ways of taking this corner. You can run it kind of out wide and then cut across and do sort of your standard type wide in, apex, wide out. But I've discovered another way that you can kind of come in quite shallow and start your run, your throttle from before the apex out. And I'll have to show you sometime. It can be kind of beneficial when your tyres are worn because of the way the car handles through there. But yeah, for now, just treat it conventionally.
Thank you.
Left side. Clear on the left.
So I had to get him to shut up.
Seriously. I was about ready to reach over and just DQ him. Like, beat it. Get out of here.
So one of the things I found that's a little beneficial coming after that kink into Indy, you can cheat way over the rumble strips to the right going into Indy. Like before the corner, and make the apex a little wider.
Next time around, there's sort of a trick I have to show back in Porsche curves.
Good lap, Aaron.
Yeah, so even with letting that one guy by, we still ran a 56. But I have to pay attention to where I'm going, though.
Say you cut the course back there. Have to slow down and get up to time game.
You gotta slow down? Oh, wait.
Yeah, we're fine. We're good. Go ahead.
Go.
It's coming
Yeah.
on.
That's a royal commitment corner. You gotta get your turn in perfectly timed and jam the throttle. If you, I mean, it's worth half a second, you know what I mean? It's a big deal. It's a really good one to practice, but there's nothing I can teach you about it because it's purely...
Yeah, it's feel and getting your markers, and, yeah.
Yeah, and it changes every time you come around there. It depends on your tire temperatures, how hard you're changing it. If there's a cloud coming over, all these sort of tiny factors which make up such a massive implication on how you get through it. It's without a doubt my most inconsistent corner. On the... I think that's one of the... Whoa, shit! Sorry. Stay German. On one of the setups that Tristan had, I think it might have been this one before the 5kg BOP, it was really well set up in that the turn was so super sensitive through that corner that you had more to play with. So that's something that maybe once you've sort of peaked with the setup that you guys might want to look at doing, is sort of reinstating that. Can you see brake lights on my car at all?
They're really, really thin on this car, period, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to teach people.
I was watching Tristan in third person.
It's a BMW. It's not meant to have like turn signals or brake lights.
Yeah, it just sucks because it's a good way of showing somebody what you're braking, what you're doing when you're braking. I might try to whack together a video with my control inputs showing on screen. And that you can really jump. Did you see how much I clipped that apex? If you get that right, you can hit it quite hard, and it just pops up. I think the other side of the corner is at a different level to the entry level. So by clipping the apex, you're not going up and down, you're going up and staying up. Okay.
Thank you.
We'll just go through here and forth and I'll show you the flick. You gotta give it a little bit of a Scandinavian flick as such. Around here. Usually I'm dropping down into the 4th and 5th here. And you can coast through here, drag brake. Now right here, I'm gonna quickly flip your wheel and then catch the car and throttle out. If you try to sort of hold the car in the balance that it is naturally through the corner, you'll overshoot every time, or you're probably just going so slow that you're missing out a couple of seconds of
Man,
pace,
that
you
was
know?
fun weaving in and out of you GTs.
So are you staying in third or fourth through that entire Porsche curve section?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish the team that I was on would have been more comfortable with doing some
Every once in a while, if I
prototypes
get
this
a
year.
really good run through the first set of the Porsche curves, I might hit fifth where you get real close
I'm
to the
sorry,
wall
I'm
and then
always boring
downshift
in a
back to
GT.
fourth for the second.
Yeah.
Okay. Typically, I'm I'm staying in fifth through like the whole entry
I
to
don't
it.
quite know the people yet to do the
And hang on, I'll
big
get these
cars.
clips.
Yeah, I'm fourth
And I've
into the
known these
Porsche
people for
curves,
like 7
maybe
years
up into
now.
fifth where you get real close to that blue wall.
Yeah. If you keep plenty of throttle
I
on, you
told
can
Mitch
afford to
I'm
be in
doing a
fifth.
prototype team.
And mute. M for shut up, Trevor.
Yeah, I'm on my 8th lap.
Boom.
I have a
Okay.
HPD.
They're making fun of my
Pretty good.
my car socks. I don't know if you saw it on the stream. I think Brian was. So these
Oh
are
no,
like
your car socks are awesome.
they are
I
like
was always a fan
Lamborghinis.
of
I'm showing them off
HPD,
here.
but I think that if I
I
were
like
to
those
do
American
it,
ones you had yesterday. They were
Yeah, the
I'll probably
Lamborghini
go
Diablo.
get Porsche or something.
Yeah. They're pretty
Have you
fun.
seen the
I've
Hoonigan
always
socks?
been a fan
No.
of being in the faster class
Look up
car
Hoonigan
of the
socks.
race, so
They've
that
got
way I
ones that
can
say
control
clutch
the
kick, never
passes.
lift on the top of them, on the toe.
Now, Hemi, how hard can you push this thing on the out lap? I mean, are you like pushing relatively hard, or are you taking it real easy?
real easy.
Real easy. Okay.
I haven't discovered any obvious indication that it behaves in the same way that the AMG was in that regard, but just, not pushing hard doesn't cost you a lot of time. Once you know the track, the difference between going really hard out and cruising like a Sunday drive is 1 second per lap. So, my out laps typically might be a second slower. Just as a precaution, I mean, why wouldn't you? You never know. If it is setting, we haven't figured it out yet because we haven't done enough data collecting, but if it's going to stuff your tyres for 15 laps, then better to err on the safe side.
Yeah.
The lap after this, I'm just going to do a proper lap and concentrate on it.
Yeah.
And if you want to use it as a reference, then go for it. As you know, I'm a terrible talker and driver at the same time, so I'll just focus on the lap.
Hopefully it won't be like that one time, what was it, IndyCar was at Belle Isle last year, and I was using the Craig setup for their OLAP, and I got to the second corner, and from that point I could not see the OLAP again.
Yeah, I definitely will have to get some kind of throttle input to you so you can see it. It is a characteristic of the car that you can put a lot of wheel into it. A lot more wheel than you'd think you could on that transition from braking to throttle, the corner. And it just goes around, it just turns. You may not have discovered that unless you've been put in a situation where you've been forced to do that. And the other thing, in Indy, where you make that left turn in that bank corner, in any other car, if you were to put as much wheel input into the car as what I do, it'd just straight plow. It'd just be instant overdriving. But this car, it is all rigged into the front geometry that it does turn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels so wrong doing it. It's the first thing we all had to unlearn when we got on iRacing, and we overdrove all those fixed setups. Wondered why we were so slow and chewing out front tires. So you kind of have to go against your instinct in this car to do that.
Alright, well I finally got through that corner better. To the tune of, 4/10. draft is going to kill me, but I just, got through there about 2/10 quicker. So, like I said, it's coming together. It's just, it's slow. I mean, it really is. It's just a lot of track time, and like, I wish I had more time to sit with you guys and hang around in sessions with you guys. It's just, finally, I'm like, you know what? Instead of streaming, let's just do like a casual little, like, we'll do some Q&A.
But you got to think about it. The average driver here is probably going to be doing 4-minute laps.
You think?
Yeah, in the GTE, that's probably going to be your average driver. Your aliens are going to be running your 350s, 351s, but I don't think we have anyone who's going to register in that tier.
I mean,
Yeah, based off the times Tristan and I were doing in actual race pace, yeah, 356s, 357s.
Hemi, did you share what we found the other night that last year's finishing for all the splits?
Not on the public channel. I gave it to Scott to help determine what strength of field that they want to register for. I'll be honest with you guys, you're all way more capable of what your times are indicating, and we should all be doing under 355s. If we're not, there's something that we're missing. There's some just key fundamental parts in the track where you're losing 2 seconds or something, because anything over 355s all the way up to 120 degrees is pretty abysmal. And we're all 6 of us are plenty capable of being 3K drivers easy.
What you had said with just really slowing down entries and stuff like that, I think that's a huge part of it.
Yeah, it's a track. You gotta bring the track to you. Once it comes, then you'll see huge chunks of green in your delta. You know you're doing the right thing and piece them all together. I just can't see. I don't mean to put pressure on you guys. I'm trying to be encouraging here and saying I know that you guys can all do under 355s for the whole 24 hours. I know what you're all capable of. And that is conservative. That's conservative laps. It's safe endurance pace.
I think in the whole 6-hour race me and Tristan just did, we got 1 lap under 55.
It's in the first, I mean, how long have we been doing this? 6 weeks? And I've done, I don't know how many laps. I spent the first 3 weeks just barely breaking 355s, and then it just sort of came to me. And I mean, I can show you guys a few. I'll watch your stream after this. If you've got your Delta on, that'll be handy, and I can watch you guys run, and I'll just see if there's any really obvious places where you can pick up a big chunk here and there.
Yeah, so actually, Aaron, I was just watching Aaron's stream, and he just lost it in the same place I lost it, right before that approach to Tetra Rouge, that Vikinger. After about a few laps, it starts getting really loose.
Yeah, I mean, I could feel it going. Like, when I jumped on the throttle, you could hear the traction control trying to help and everything. So, I mean, that was kind of me wanting to see what exactly the thing could do. Because I was riding that rumble strip, and then if you hit that rumble strip right, you can just hold it wide open right through there.
I might, at that spot, if I feel the car getting a little loose, or I have the idea that it might get a little loose, like it's not setting into the first turn, I'll short shift up to 4th.
Is that over that crest?
Yeah,
Dunlop?
crest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's short shifting through there is a savior.
Yeah, I've got a Tristan C in the chat. And he was saying, oval driver doing Le Mans. This is great. Oh yeah, it is. And we did Daytona and we had, good success there. So, I mean, we can do it. It's really just about putting in the time and doing it.
On your right. Clear.
This track's got some banking.
Yeah, it does. That's interesting. Yeah, there are some places where it does.
You know why
C.
LeMans is banked?
Tell
Because
me.
they started sinking at the apex and they put bricks under it, and the weight of the bricks made the corner sink more.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
And
And since it's so banked, they called it Indy because it has close to the same banking as Indy. And it's the same right-hand corner, kind of like almost a 90-degree right-hander like Indy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so Tristan in the chat, he said he was in the same split as us at Daytona, and he finished P4.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, very cool.
P4. Ask him what color. Oh, I can ask him, can't I? What color was the car?
At least you guys weren't stream sniping me for like the second half of the race.
That's right, that was the P2 guys.
Was.
If it wasn't for that Ferrari GTE and that DP deciding to kill me about an hour and a half into the race, could have had a second car in the top 3.
I wonder how much further ahead we would have been if that DP didn't take us out halfway through the race and we had to do that big.
If you take into account all the crazy things that happened, like Tristan getting disconnected, me daydreaming in pits and watching the clock tick over unnecessarily,
Yeah.
we could have won that race, but there were probably 3 laps.
So there was the Japanese team getting killed.
Oh, yeah.
That one guy who was running his own team who had like a lap and a half lead.
Yep. But he did about 12 hours or so on his own. That Japanese team, though, isn't that just straight out of some American-made movie?
Yeah.
It really is.
They're the villains.
Yeah, it reminds me of some. There may have actually been a movie in the 80s where they had to have teams of university students make solar-powered cars and run them through the Nevada desert, and they had like a group of what do you call them? Kind of troubled kids.
Troubled kids.
Yeah, Race the Sun. That's the name of that movie.
Race the Sun. That sounds familiar. Yeah. And they're all kind of underdogs, and all the tech teams came along, and they were just sort of this beatnik bunch of drop kicks, and and they won.
Drop kicks.
And I couldn't think of a. I'm doing 173 miles an hour here, man. I can't be too polite. My brain's not good for that.
Y'all ever seen Corvette Summer?
The name rings a bell.
It's got Mark Hamill from Star Wars.
Yeah. When he was
a horrible movie.
Young, like when he was maybe 20s.
Right after Star Wars.
Okay.
The first movie.
Burt
after
Reynolds.
Star Wars series,
Yeah, Cannonball. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, it's a good movie to watch if you're a car guy, but it's a horrible movie.
That's what it reminds me of. That the in Cannonball Run 1 or 2, they had the Asian team.
Yeah, there you go.
And they were kicking ass. They were miles out in front. That's the one I'm thinking of.
What was that movie, Grand Prix, where it was the Japanese, the Honda team, and they were just like totally stereotypes?
I kind of want to do a stream where we all watch Steve McQueen's Le Mans before we actually do the Le Mans.
We'll have to do it. We did it, well, we tried to do it with Days of Thunder, which YouTube sniped, and then we finished it with a program, I think it's called Rabbit. But that was pretty cool. But we did finish it.
So I've never seen Steve McQueen's LeMans, but from what I've read about it, there's no talking in the entire.
Oh, there's scenes of dialogue before.
Is there?
There's death flags all over the place.
Yeah.
But I think they filmed it with like the what was it, like back, that was when the GT40 and Ferrari were like dominant cars, but they filmed most of it with like the class under that. As far as the death flags, it's always like the one guy's like, I don't know if I want to do this again.
So I feel as if you guys are discrediting yourselves a little bit on what the average lap times we should be doing for the 24. And we have Jeff in the Discord, and we know he won 4th split last year with his team. And I want to ask you guys, what do you think his team's average lap time was throughout that whole race?
Jesus Christ, got a DP
I'm
in
gonna
my
guess
house.
401.
Clear on the right.
I was gonna say 57s.
Okay, so they did, their team did an average of 354.526 through the whole 24 when they won, and that's 4th split, mind you. And that's pretty common throughout the whole rest of the class. You drop into some 56s, and then 4 minutes is 13th place with a 407 and a 408. So we're gonna go back in the splits until we find what you guys think is average. So 4 minutes average lap time for the winner. There was 12 splits. 10th split was one. It was all GTE cars. The winner had an average lap time of 356.
What's the strength field?
2000.
Alright, we're gonna be below that. We're gonna be 1600.
Alright, we'll drop down to the bottom split. 1300. The average lap time was a 57 for the GTE cars.
So was anyone sandbagging in that routine?
And those times, guys, they don't even take into account the average of including the pit time. So that's not average lap time. That's overall time divided by laps. So go even further down when you factor in the pit times. I think you guys are underestimating your own abilities, and I'm a little bit concerned that you might be getting complacent around the times that you're doing. And we most definitely need to go into an endurance with an endurance mindset of, you know, let's go slower than what we know we can do and make it safe. But I think you guys need to really push for to find the edge first. Find what you can do if you really are pushing it, and then we can back it up from that. Hopefully when we back it up, we're looking at under 355s. And if you're not getting that, you're gonna need more practice. That's the tall and short of it.
But I feel just like you guys are discrediting yourself so much. Like
our channel.
the 355s are quite easy to obtain. They're not that difficult. You just have to crack that barrier, because I was stuck at 56s for a long time. Long friggin' time was I stuck at 56s.
Yeah, me too.
I did a couple hundred laps of just 56s, and then it just clicked, and now I just put up a 51 just because I'm fooling around. Last night I did a 49 025, and I can back it down to a 55, and it feels slow. and I know what you guys are capable of. I know what you guys can run, and 55s should be super easy.
So Jeff Applegren is in my chat right now, and he said that they were running 350s and 351s all race.
Yeah, you'll get your the average laps are pretty muddied because you'll get, you know, shitty laps with traffic and that. So the slow laps, let's see what Jeff
I don't know if his memory recollection is altogether sharp, though.
Okay.
With all due respect, it was a year ago, and it's so easy to.
It wasn't quite a year ago. I think it was only 9 months ago.
Oh yeah, it was too. They had a different time of year. I was wondering that. I had the date and those stats. I thought it's season 3 or something. I think.
There you go, 355.
There we go.
And that was relatively easy. That wasn't really a big push.
All right, that's your benchmark. Don't ever go above that again.
All right, 10-4.
That's an order.
I think the other thing too that honestly hurts me when it comes to the GT cars and stuff is I'm not used to putting this much wheel into a car.
Yeah.
Like I'm used to like oval racing where it's like if you turn that wheel any more than that, you're burning the right front off of it. The car's already built to turn left, you know.
And that's the irony. If you don't, you're actually burning more off. The way that if you look at your tire wear at the end of your run, it'll tell you the story. It's just all in the geometry and the feel. So obviously, when you're turning in, it's changing the camber, the toe, and all that sort of stuff. It's all dynamic. And in any other car, when you're getting optimal contact patch, it just feels kind of consistent the whole way around. But this thing just feels like literally like you're steering a freaking big tugboat.
On your right. Clear.
But just to reassure you, I've done 3 fuel runs without changing tires. Doing that, you know, like putting a lot of wheel into it, and I came back with like 70% tires still in the car. No major problems, so it's the thing to do.
Slow car ahead. Go right.
So Jeff is saying his average laps obviously are messed up. You know, like Hemi said, it's the whole race divided by, you know, the laps. Jeez Louise. And when you're stationary for 40 seconds every 50 minutes, it puts a real damper on the average lap time. So, I don't know. I mean, the other thing too is they're always tweaking tire models and doing all that other stuff too. So it's like, you know, while we could have run that maybe last year, it may be totally different, you know, as far as what a good time is this year, you know. I'm not saying that they've really done much in terms of like, you know, the tire models and whatnot, but I know that they've messed up with a whole bunch of stuff in terms of like rubber wear, how the track rubber's in, the weather, all that stuff. What was the track temperature last year, Jeff? Because what didn't they not have dynamic weather last year? And if they didn't have dynamic weather, he's talking about running 350s at 78 degrees.
In the daytime.
Yeah.
Like, there's no dark areas on the track either. It was like, I guess it was a day version of what we had at Daytona 2 years ago.
That's what I'm trying to remember.
I think it was like dawn the entire race.
But I think what Lewis is getting at is that he's been putting in practice, and he's new to it, you know, and he has the initial lap times were the same as the rest of us, like pretty abysmal. And he just persevered, and he clipped. And I've been running with him in practice the last couple of days since he's got back from work, and he's out there just chipping away 352 and a halves, just fuel run after fuel run, 353 and a halves in the warmer weather. And if he needs to, he can punch down a 51. So I think what he's getting at is that you've got to break through this threshold of this track. You've got to get it to come to him. And the only way to do that, I think, is to really knuckle down and get it done.
Yeah, and really it's putting track time in. I think that's the biggest thing.
Isn't that the moral of the story with all of iRacing, though?
Yes, it is. It is.
90% practice, minimum.
Yeah. So Jeff says their fastest lap was a 39. Or sorry, 49, sorry.
Car stop right side.
Oh.
Man, that's pretty quick for a race. You know, race trim and everything.
Yeah, I guess.
You go into the world records and look at what people are doing in the M8 at the moment. There's people in there in 44s.
That's ridiculous.
Say you got the course back there. Not to slow down and get up time game.
44. Oh my god. So Tristan, the guy who said he ran P4 behind us, it was either P3 or P4, I forgot what he said. But he was saying that he has been stuck at 57s. What car are you guys running, Tristan? Tristan C in the chat here.
Oh, I finally got into 354s in these conditions.
There you go.
It is hot. It's hot and slick, no doubt. I don't know, but it feels like 115, 110, 115.
Slow down and get up time game.
Last time I checked, it was 98.
Oh, really? Oh, God. I've got no excuse now.
That was a little bit ago, maybe 10 minutes, but yeah, it was 98 last time I checked, because I thought the same thing, like, god damn, it must be hot, but it was, oh, it's just 98, never mind.
Like, I've only gone below 355 so far at night.
I have a question. When we do, no, you can't change that in the race, I don't think. You can't change the steering ratio, right?
Not in the settings. I think there is a trick that you can use if you calibrate your wheel in a particular
Yeah,
way.
I guess you could, but I'm not going to be that crazy about it.
Is it feeling uncomfortable?
Oh no, it's just instead of like cranking on the wheel like, you know, like I'm not used to, you know, for me personally, could I just up the steering ratio so it's a little bit what I'm more used to?
Yeah. Totally understand. Well, I think we all probably went through that same thought process. That's the boat. That's the boat that is the GTE.
Yeah.
You're probably better just to get used to it.
Not to slow down and get up time game.
Because part of the set, it's really low tire pressure and high downforce, and so you do kind of, there's this threshold. You may have seen we were talking about it a lot when we're all struggling with it, where you kind of have to put a lot of weight in to get the car on the edge to feel where it's at, and then suddenly it's over the edge. But I can assure you that you do adapt to it.
track there. Not to slow down and get up time gain. On your right. Clear on the right. Got a slow car on the right. No left.
Hey, Rachel.
Hey Aaron, do you have your volume up enough that you can hear what the tires are doing?
Yeah, I can hear it. So like I can hear like those, and what I'm struggling that I've got this pretty well down with the AMG, but what I'm struggling to get is that feeling and that like I can hear the rear tires braking just a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm just struggling to get. I feel like I'm locking up before I get to that point. It's just, it doesn't dance. I haven't been able to master getting it to dance that threshold yet, like I can with the AMG. In terms of like just getting those rears to slip to get you pointed and get you where you want to be pointed so you can get back to the gas and go. But that's the big thing I'm struggling with. I mean, my optimal right now is down in the 353s, so I mean it's
Nice.
there. I haven't put it all together. It's just a matter of doing it. And I'm trying to stay out of draft to keep that accurate, but
Yeah. And the temperature is changing all the time. And
yeah, that too.
What's
we
set
did
up
all of
are you
our
on, Aaron?
Check.
What'd you say there?
What setup are you on?
The V7.
Because I know exactly what you're talking about with the V7. It's hard to dance with the breaking loose of the rear and just have it get it pointed. Because that's kind of how I drive this car as well, and I'm sure a lot of people do. Is breaking the rears loose so it turns and with V7, it cracks loose, and as soon as it's gone and cracked loose just that little bit, there's a very, very knife edge with V7 it's hard to master.
Yeah.
So I know your frustration.
Yeah. I know, and that's
I just read an unofficial 352.
There you go. Looking good. Same. Yeah. Tristan in the chat saying the same thing.
Okay, well I gotta turn my volume up so I can drive this thing properly because I need to hear.
Sure.
I got terrible hearing. I can't hear the car unless I have it turned right up. So if you got any questions, I'll stop and turn the volumes back down. Maybe I just need some better headphones or something.
Yeah, Tristan, I would say the same thing. I mean, you know, the more and more I'm putting time in and just trying to put lap after lap, it's just really backing it up. It really helps through the chicanes. I mean, that's what I'm feeling anyway.
Sorry, Eric.
That's all good.
Missed that one up.
Cut the course back there. Not to slow down and get up to time game.
Oh, did the hot lapper suddenly arrive?
Yeah.
Watching their black flag. They say you cut the course back there. Need to make a stop and go. Go right.
It's going all right, Rachel. Just trying to trim the fat here more than anything. Ah, man. Threw away a really good lap right there.
Got a slope on the right.
Has the track temperature dropped?
I have no idea. So I know it doesn't show it on the board, but I did just put down a 352. See if we can do one without an X. All right. Dude, Brian's gonna get me in trouble over here.
Why is that?
Why is Brian gonna get me in trouble? Because my wife is in the chat saying, "Dude, like enough, get out of there." And Brian responds, "Dudette." Too late, like.
Oh, you're talking about me for a second. I was like,
oh,
what?
oh no. Zimmerman in chat. He's trying to get me in trouble. Well, really, I got myself in trouble, but.
They say you cut the course. Not to slow down and get up time gain.
All right. Well, I posted a legit 53, and you know I did put it on a 52. It just didn't agree with me. So, but anyway, I think that's probably gonna be it for us. But anyways, appreciate all y'all watching. Last lap, cooling off the car. Oh yeah, exactly. You don't want to pull that thing into the sand trap and tow out with it hot. That's not good on the equipment. So anyways, I think we'll end it right here. Thank you guys for watching. I know this is a little bit different, just kind of bombing around, but it's really good to sit in with these guys and just pick their brain and follow Hemi around and really just get used to driving this car. I mean, that's really what we're doing, and the time's just melting away. So the first time we were in with these guys, we were floating around like 4 minutes, 4:01, and then that came down to, I think it was like 58. On our own, we had got down to like 56 or so, or 57, and then we hung on 55, and we were just kind of there for a second, and now we're down 2 seconds below that. So the more time you put into this thing, and the better off you're going to be. That's the biggest thing with road racing, seriously. So if you want to try it. I mean, LeMans is going to be next Saturday, so we'll do that, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully we can keep this M8 clean and have a good run. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next time, take care.